we have the next episode of Adrenaline, and yeah, this is an interesting show. So we're gonna get straight into it. We've got 24 segments, taking 122 of our 125 minutes. We used our entire pre-show, which I got through booking like most of it, and then realized I was like 10 minutes over, so I've had to cut down all the times drastically. So that's why there are quite a few short matches. But yeah, let's get into it. We are in front of 4,906 people at the Riley Center in New York. But Scarlett Bordeaux defeats Alicia Edwards in 3:37 by pinfall with a bedazzler, E plus 34. Scarlett with a 39, Alicia with a 30. No worker improvements. Negatives. Basically, yeah. Nothing really we need to take notice of, apart from Scarlett being inconsistent and the poor psychology. But they get better over time. Next match is Talia Neidhart defeating Britt Baker in 3:44 by pinfall with a German suplex. Alright. Yeah, of course this match is going to be decent because Talia is our best, our well-rounded knockout. She's the best in the ring. So yeah, she gets a 64. Matt Riddle's not getting a 64 at the minute. Britt has a 27. She's off a game. That doesn't matter. She was just here for the night. C minus 56, pretty good. No worker improvements. And only one negative for Britt being inconsistent. So, yeah. Actually, that match wasn't awful. But Kaylee Ray defeats Rachel Morgan in 4:18 by pinfall with a gory bomb. So, yeah. Kaylee with a 45. Rachel with a 33. Rachel Morgan improves in performance skills. Again, she is like one for the future, so I don't really feel pressured to give her a huge long winning streak and keep her strong. Like, obviously I don't want to damage her beyond repair or anything, but yeah, she is not the highest priority at the minute. Next match is pretty good. That's not great. But in a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but not much heat, British Strong Style defeat Red Dragon, Sydal and Ricochet, and Chris Hero and Leo Rush, which is just a random team, in 10:24. The order of elimination was Hero and Rush, then Red Dragon, and finally Sydal and Ricochet. Kyle O'Reilly's got, I think, less than a week left for his injury, so his stats, his in-ring ability should be that he should get what's the word I'm looking for? They shouldn't be hampered anymore because he has a 32 here. But that is not good. These two have zero chemistry as a team. But yeah, somehow I didn't know that. Probably just because I've been using Mustache Mountain. So good thing I'm not using British Strong Style as the main tag team for the front line. But the announcing quality lifted the match, as did the colour commentary. 54 for Dunn, 45 for Trent, 32 for Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish with a 58, Ricochet with a 59, Sydal with a 56, Leo with a 36, and Hero with a 55. There should be up. Kyle O'Reilly improves in technical skills, so good. He's getting better. There's going to be a lot of negatives there, and yeah. Next segment is also not bad. And these two have pretty good chemistry. So we learn. So there's good chemistry and bad chemistry from the front line today. Tyler Bate defeats Joe Hendry in 4:08 by pinfall with the Tyler Driver 97. Ideally a match that I wanted to give more time, but because of the whole pre-show only having an hour, yeah. But these two have pretty good chemistry, so sweet. Tyler with a 66, Hendry with a 49. So Tyler is like the number 2 in the front line at the minute in terms of overness. Either him or Skrull. I need to check. Skrull's in action later. So 66. Yeah. No negatives actually, just for it being short, which is something that I didn't really want anyway. C minus 56. These two are going to go places, hopefully. Next segment is it's a get the women on the show and hopefully they improve match. But Ali, who hasn't actually been injured. I just haven't had her wrestling because of the whole illusion that they're at they're constantly at the, whatever you call it, at the compound, at the asylum. That's what I'm looking for. But she defeats Brooke, Kelly, Evie, Brandy, and Taylor when she defeats Taylor with a sit-out facebuster. So, Brandy with a 26, Brooke with a 38, Kelly with a 41, Evie with a 37, Ali with a 41. That's pretty good. Taylor with a 26, and worker improvements, please. No worker improvements. Come on. Yeah, really main negatives just for the Taylor. Yeah. She'll get better over time. Next segment is shit. Wow, that is pretty bad. Terrible wrestling, non-existent crowd heat. Ryan Nemeth defeated James Mariotto in 242 by pinfall with a hot and bothered. So yeah, I brought Ryan Nemeth in. I can't remember why. I think he just really. Well, it's not like I can't remember why. It's just yeah. I don't know. He impressed me at House of Hardcore. Not like he didn't have an amazing match, but I don't know. Just his ability to draw heat was like superb and everything. But yeah, so Mariotto with a 22, Nemeth with a 34. Who knows where we'll take Nemeth? Were these guys both heels? Yeah. Alright. Moving on into Dalton Castle defeating Low Key in 245. Another really short match by pinfall with a bangarang. Castle with a 44, Low Key with a 52. No worker improvements. We need these worker improvements. Only negative was Low Key being inconsistent. D plus 53. But we start the show off quite well. I'm just going to grab a drink. But Impact opens with pyro, and the camera pans and shows all the Impact fans in the Riley Center, not the O'Reilly Center, before going to the announce desk near the ramp. So basically, where the Raw announce table is, kind of like there. But yeah. Anyway, JB says we have an action-packed show tonight. Taz, news has been circulating this week, and I have to ask, who do you reckon the new tag team is that will make their debut here tonight? Because there's going to be a tag team making their debut here tonight. Taz says, I don't know, JB, but I've heard they're absolutely amazing, and it's going to be awesome. Also, Drew Galloway's next challenger is here tonight, and he will take on Marty Skrull in the main event. And I was typing this in the dark, so I think credit should go to me for mostly typing it correctly. Apart from event and Honor. I can't wait. And then Mike Tenay says all that and more tonight on Adrenaline. So C plus 71 is not bad. These guys, yeah, it doesn't really matter about their gimmicks because they're announcers. They're not going to be on camera that much. Yeah, well, obviously they are, but we're not going to be having segments with them that much. I forgot I need to get Mike Tenay's picture. Next segment is not great, but Andrew Everett gets ready to make his way out to the ring when Shane Helms approaches him. This is going to be fun. And Helms just says, look, I'm sorry, Trevor's sorry, but he ate some bad pork the other day, and he's been sick all week. He's at home resting and can't compete, but you do have a match tonight, so get on out there and increase the Helms Dynasty's... I spelled that wrong as well. Dynasty's reputation. And Everett goes, seriously? Fine, but next week I better get a shot. So yeah, kind of tension between the two. Who knows? Moving on into a pretty good match, actually. Considering that they don't click. But Andrew Everett defeats Chris Sabin in 10:22 by pinfall with a toe touch moonsault following interference from Ryback. These two don't click. The match got the crowd hotter. Andrew Everett face turn was hinted at. Everett with a 42, Sabin with a 58, and the storyline advances, but loses heat. No worker improvements, which is not great. Moving on into, another match. Doesn't need to be great, But the Bromans defeat Eric, Corvus, and Cage in 3:41 when Goddard defeats Corvus by pinfall with a stunner. So yeah, the Bromans win on TV. What a... Jesse Goddard's with a 30, Robbie E with a 35, and the Jobbers have a 34 each. Moving on into an alright segment. We have Austin Aries burst into the office to find Mandy Leone. And he goes, is Charlie in here? And she says, not right now, no. He's a bit busy, but what do you need? And Aries says, look, Cody flat out disrespected me the last few weeks, and I need another shot at him at Zero Signal, so can you give it to me? And Mandy says, I can't give you the contendership instantly. You'll have to earn it. Tonight, in a match with Jay Lethal, winner faces Cody for the World Heavyweight Championship at Zero Signal. Have a nice night. Storyline advances, but loses heat. Moving on into, Nick Jackson. Yeah, Nick Jackson cuts a promo on his way down to the ring for his match, and he says, so Travis Banks is getting training to become a better wrestler. Fuck, that's great. I'm scared now. This is all heavily sarcastic. Travis Banks, I don't care what you do to get better. I still can't take you seriously. And that's certainly not going to change with an idiot like Joe Hendry training you. That's why at Zero Signal, when we have our match, I'm going to embarrass you in front of an international audience. And you're going to thank me for letting you share the ring with me. So, yeah. Nick Jackson being a proper dick. C-minus 55 is not too bad. The storyline advances. We move into his match against Anthony Bennett, and these two have great chemistry, so who knew? But he defeats Anthony Bennett in 2:31 by pinfall with a 450 splash. C-minus 57, Bennett with a 38, and Jackson with a 62. No worker improvements, and no real negatives apart from momentum and just having a short match, but it was a squash match, so... Moving on into Candice being on her phone backstage, and she says, look, Johnny, I'll be fine, don't worry. So obviously she's talking to her husband, Johnny Gargano. Yes, I know I'm pregnant, I know it's a risk, but I need to prove myself before I leave. I'm going to be gone for like 8 months. What better way to leave than to beat the most dominant knockout champ in history and prove I am the best knockout here? Okay, love you. Bye. And so that just a quick thing to advance that storyline. Rated on entertainment is not too bad. C-minus 59. Moving into her match with Chrissy Rivera in 3... She defeats Chrissy Rivera in 3:29 by pinfall with a moonsault press. D42. So we have Candice with a in-ring performance of 47. Chrissy with a 32. No worker improvements. Negatives for inconsistency. Her motivation, I don't know how to fix that. I don't even know exactly what it means because she doesn't have, like, bad morale. Yeah, I don't know. So if you know, just tell me below. Is it just something that pops up? Yeah. Next segment is not bad at all. But Aaron, Rex, and Ryback are backstage when the Motor City Machine Guns approach them. And... yeah, so if there's anything misspelt, I was typing in the dark because someone was watching TV next to me and they don't like the lights on. So yeah, I can spell, I just didn't proofread, I guess. But anyway, Aaron Rex says, oh look, the Neanderthals are here. How can I help you? And Shelley says, you too cheated yourselves to a win last week. Ryback, everyone and their blind mothers saw your feet on the ropes. This hasn't solved anything between the four of us. And Ryback says, oh yeah? What's she going to do about it? And Saban cuts in, he goes, Zero Signal. 2-on-2, Big and Stupid versus the Motor City Machine Guns. And Rex just says, you're on. So the storyline continues. I'll book that in. We'll be right back. So that match is booked in. I don't have a name for Rex and Ryback yet. So if you want to suggest a name, tell me down below. In the comment section. So yeah, we'll save that and we'll move on into not a bad match really at all, but the Midnight Saviors defeat Sudden Impact in 10-14 when Eli Drake defeated Mark Andrews by pinfall with a gravy train after a distraction from Tyler Bate, and Kota Ibushi carried the match in terms of performance with a 64. Andrews was off his game. Midnight Saviors aren't suited to their gimmicks. 52 for Andrews, 64 for Ibushi, 47 for Conley, and 49 for Eli Drake. Segment advances the tag contender storyline but loses heat. Andrews improves in performance skills. So that's, yeah. Moving on into a pretty good segment as well. C plus 70. Tyler Bate has made his presence known here tonight as he costs Sudden Impact the win. And he's just laughing, stickily waving to Andrews and Ibushi, who look furious. So his sarcastic wave, it's like his wave he does at the start of the match, but it's just him being an absolute prick. Next segment is, thought that would be a lot better. But Charlie Caruso is backstage when two men approach her and they say, these are the two newest signings for Impact, an internationally recognized tag team, Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero. They are Roppongi Vice. And Romero says, thanks. It's great to be here in Impact. We've never been here and as a team, and it's nice. It's just a nice change of pace. We like the people. We've loved the matches put on over the last few months, but two people have really caught our eyes, and that's Matt and Jeff Hardy, the Broken Hardys. They're the hottest things in wrestling right now, aren't they? Crazy, unique, dominant. We came here because we wanted a shot at them. So Matt and Jeff, we want a shot at you at Zero Signal. You've got nothing booked for that show, so why not? And they just walk off. So this starts the two great tag teams go to war storyline. These two debuted their gimmicks to good ratings. Next segment is, could be worse, but Eddie and Davey are sitting in a room that they've been locked in. So yeah, they've just been locked in there, forced to sort out their issues or something, and they're as far away as they can be from each other. But Eddie says, look, we need to put this aside for a couple of weeks. We need to beat Storm and Bram. Please, just work with me for a few weeks. And Davey just looks at Eddie like he's insane, but starts laughing. And what's so funny? And Davey just says nothing. Just we had this exact conversation after Ring of Honor. Okay, Eddie, let's do this, but I'm not done with you. After we beat these two, I'm still coming after you again. And the two shake hands, and have they come to an understanding finally? Seems like it, but with these two, you never know. C62, the storyline advances, and we move on into a decent rating for Adam Cole. He makes his way down to the ring. He says, Jason, how are you doing, buddy? All good in your hospital bed? That's good to know. I'm going to do something for you right now. I'm facing Phoenix, and I thought I'd be a good bloke. So I'm dedicating this win to you, but not to your good health. To your memory, because I'm the alpha. You're just a guy trying to ride my coattails. The Alpha storyline has advanced. They're decent. If somebody else gave me that segment, I'd be like, that's great, but it's Adam Cole. I feel like he could hit us A's with promos. But it's not bad. I'll definitely take it. Next segment is a really good match, actually. But Adam Cole defeats Phoenix in 6:57 by pinfall with a freaking sweet driver. Phoenix has a 52 and Adam Cole has a 71. Negatives for Phoenix being fatigued and being inconsistent. Nothing for Adam Cole, which is interesting. Next segment is in the Decay's Asylum. We come back from commercial to see Havoc and Haskins screaming at Sutter and Zack Sabre Jr. They yell like Decay and, I don't know, some other stuff that don't make sense to us, but probably make all sense to them. But the segment ends with Sutter and Zack being pulled out of their tiny cages and being strapped to tables. The camera cuts out before we can see anything else. So the storyline advances and gains heat, which is, not bad. D plus 52 is not a great rating, but they'll get better over time. And that's not a great rating either. But Riddle's walking backstage after his match when he's confronted by Chase Owens, and Matt says, what, you want a match at Zero Signal? You're on. May the best bro win. And Riddle extends his hand, and Owens takes it before he cheap shots Matt and powerbombs him through a nearby window. And Owens says, good luck getting up from that. And he walks off as paramedics tend to Riddle. He's clearly taking whatever shortcuts he can to weaken Riddle for Zero Signal. So that match has been confirmed, and we'll book that in. So I'll be right back. So this should be a decent match. Hopefully these two can get over a bit more beforehand. So we could have, I don't know, upper mid-carder and mid-carder, because Matt's currently a mid-carder, Chase is a lower mid-carder. But we move on, and we have Cody with, again, an alright rating for him. I feel like he could give us B pluses as well. But Cody appears on the video wall in a suit. He says, "I'm not there tonight. I'm sorry to disappoint you all. But I'm actually in England for the late show. Then I'm in Japan, where I'm actually respected as a performer. However, I did hear about the number one contendership match. Austin Aries and Jay Lethal, they've had their shots. Why do they deserve another shot at my title? Because I've beaten both of them. It's time for both of them to go to the back of the line. And see, this is why I prefer working in England and Japan, because people earn their shots, and when they lose, they move on. Alas, whoever wins, I'll beat them. But it'll be when I want, on my terms. So good luck." The storyline advances, and the match should be next. Okay, good, I did book this in, because after the segment with Aries, I went, shit, did I forget to book this in? But no, I booked it in, so hallelujah. I had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, but I thought, it's a good match, but with these two, I thought it could possibly be a B. Actually, I think it's... Yeah, I think it's one... it's just off being a B, which is... But Aries defeats Lethal in 15-16 by pinfall with a 450-degree splash. So Aries with a 73, Lethal with a 72. No worker improvements, negatives for... See, if one of these was a heel, then that would be a B. That's literally it. But yeah, so we have Aries versus Cody 2 at Zero Signal, so I'll book that in and we'll be right. So yeah, we have the sequel. Someone actually did say, like, I really hope this feud continues because they're enjoying it, so thanks for that. Yeah, no, they had a really good match the first time, so I thought, I'm going to extend this. Because, who knows? Maybe Austin Aries is going to win the world title. Maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, so this card looks pretty good on paper so far. Like, if we take away the DCC name, we see it's Storm and Bram. By the way, where is Bram? Like, I haven't seen him on Impact in real life for ages. I have no idea where he is. But yeah, Aaron Rex and Ryback versus the Motor City Machine Guns. That's going to be a good match. Aries and Cody, awesome match. Riddle and Owens, pretty good match. And this match should be good as well. But yeah, we move on into an alright segment. I thought it would be a bit better, but I'll take it. We see a montage of the Friday Night Delights, and they attend a movie premiere, walking the red carpet with screaming fans. We're building up the idea that they're like treated like rock stars. They train in a gym and work out. These two want to become tag champs so badly that they get the opportunity for one more match if they win at Zero Signal. So the storyline advances. C plus 69 is not bad, but there's still room for improvement. Next segment. Drew's next challenger is Stu Bennett. So yeah, he's made his return to wrestling, making his debut in Impact, and he stands in the ring with a microphone. He says, "Drew Galloway, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I'm here in Impact to continue my career, and I've been given the perfect start. The opportunity to take the Grand Championship from you. I've seen you and your reign of terror over the last 4 months, and when Mr. McGregor asked me to return from hiatus, I said yes immediately. It's going to be a battle of the Brits, and at Zero Signal, I'm coming out on top." So, yeah, I've had this planned since day one. And yeah, it's hopefully going to deliver. But bad news, Stu Bennett has debuted his badass gimmick, but it got an initial I'm really sorry, I can't talk today. I'm a bit off my game. like some people in this save. But he's got an initial rating of average, and the impact is our storyline, which is still the I Want Respect storyline. I've just renamed it because I'm kind of moving away from the whole respect thing. This has advanced, but it has lost heat. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to book this in as well, and I'll be right back. Yep, so we move into the main event, which is not bad. It's not bad. It's, I think, yeah, it's the third B- match we've had tonight, so I'll take it. But Marty Skrull defeats Bad News. Oh, no, it was correct. He defeats Bad News Stu Bennett in 14:38 by pinfall with a graduation. This got the crowd buzzing. Stu Bennett with a 65, Marty Skrull with a 56, and the Impact is Our storyline has advanced with this segment. But Stu Bennett, look at those improvements in technical, flying, and performance skills. So that's great. Dirt sheet. Yeah, so we could really make Stu Bennett a star because he's got a good bonus for his star quality. So only negatives were really for Marty. They are. I think you can definitely improve stamina, and you should be able to improve their ability to go all out. But yeah, now this last segment, it's probably going to be a bit controversial. It's a bit dark. It's pretty dark. But it is the way I want to kind of take this storyline, the character. I just feel I could possibly lose a viewer or two. But I don't know. We move into fucking hell. Oh, that is a good rating. Oh, that is the best rating we've had. That's the best. Why, that's the fucking hell. Now, now we're going to have to see what actually happens in this segment. But Stu doesn't get much time to celebrate as Drew Galloway appears on the video wall. And he's he's in the country or in the desert or somewhere. We don't know. That's the point. It's an undisclosed location. But we can hear Magnus screaming off camera and Pete Dunne laughing because Pete Dunne is a psycho little shit. But Galloway says, Stu Barrett, really? What is with you and bringing in my old friends to take this title from me? Whatever, because he's going to meet the same fate as Magnus here. And Drew just kind of moves the camera and we see Magnus. He's got a black eye, he's covered in blood, maybe he's got, I don't know. It's really, I'm trying to make it not disgusting as fuck, but still kind of meaning something. Maybe he's got like a fingernail pulled off or something. Yeah, even just saying that makes me cringe because I am not one for a lot of gore. I can watch Walking Dead and shit, I just can't watch Saw. And that unintentionally rhymed because, I don't know. I'm a fucking lyrical poet. But anyway, Galloway says, this shit, it's just fun now. Impact is mine and I'm never letting go. You either join us or you end up like my good mate Magnus here. Right, Stu? You're next. So Dunne and Galloway laugh and Impact goes off the air with them standing over Magnus's, beaten up body. But yeah, the Impact is Our storyline has advanced and gained heat. So, this is why, I don't know, I feel like the whole respect thing was kind of, it was wearing a bit thin. Because if I haven't said this before, the whole kind of inspiration for this storyline was Jimmy Havoc. What's his name? I literally just said it. Havoc and the frontliner, the London Riots, and Paul Robinson, and I'm Jim Smallwood, basically. But yeah, so that was the controversial segment. We will end the show with, it's a B-74. So, excuse me if you heard that. The show increased our popularity in 29 regions, and I did not mean to click that. So that was, what do you think of this segment? Do you think it's the right way to go? Do you have any storyline ideas for these people or whatever? And so, yeah, it was a good show. We're building up people. We've introduced a new tag team and 2 new singles competitors in Ryan Nemeth and Bad News Stu Bennett. So I'm going to leave it here. Tell me, what did you enjoy, what didn't you enjoy? If you want to, you can go through the show as a whole, kind of like how Smart Wrestling does, but that's completely optional. Like, what storylines you're enjoying, what you're not. Any ideas for signings? I know that some people have kind of suggested signings, and I haven't brought them in, or I haven't brought them in yet, because I just don't know what I can do with them. I still need to have a proper look at them. This is this episode I've recorded with nothing else in the bank, so this is properly like real time now. And yeah, so if you just want to give feedback is greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next episode.